Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and gargoyles, just underneath 10 minutes here on the pregame clock. And we will get started here very shortly. As my technology decides to work. And we will get started here at this Johnson City basketball game. Coming down, and here we go.
Each sports present. This is a Monster Radio WGGH sports presentation. Johnston City Indians on Monster Radio WGGH 98.5 FM, 1150 AM, and WGGH.net. Brought to you by Heartland Regional Medical Center, IBEW Local 702, for SciWi Wireless Internet, Johnston City McDonald's, Dateline Marion, Johnston City Unit 1 Schools, Marcom Security, and the Johnston City Indian Star of the Game, brought to you by John A. Logan College.
When they ask, why would you go anywhere else? It's not just a slogan. They mean it with the one-on-one attention they give students. They mean it with the quality instruction and programs of study they offer. They mean it with their affordable tuition. They mean it when they want to live up to the mission of serving all students in the best way possible. Now you can look elsewhere, but when you ask your friends, your family, or anyone else that has ever attended John A. Logan College, they'll tell you, why would you go anywhere else? And they'll mean it.
The Johnston City Indians strive for excellence in athletics. And at Johnston City Unit 1 Schools, the administration, Board of Education, and faculty strive for excellence in the classroom as well. The mission of Johnston City Schools is to prepare their students for life in the 21st century. Johnston City teachers and coaches want to produce students who are value-driven, problem-solving, critical thinkers, ready for life beyond high school. From math champions to sports champions, Johnston City has set the bar high. Good luck, Indians, in all your endeavors from Johnston City Unit 1.
Hungry for high school basketball? Listen to every Marion and Johnston City boys and girls basketball game this season on your computer, smartphone, or tablet. Go to WGGH.net, click on the sports tab, and pick your team. High school basketball on WGGH.net.
And we are back to Johnson City, Illinois, where we are in Wendell Starrick Gymnasium for tonight's rematchup between the Hamilton County Foxes and your Johnson City Indians. If you happen to tune in on Saturday, we had the Foxes taking on Johnson City over in Hamilton County in McLeansboro. And they unfortunately defeated our Indians, but the JV squad just defeated the JV Foxes 38-22. And we got about 6 minutes left here on the pregame clock. We'll take another short break and come right back. You're listening to Monster Radio WGGH.
In a galaxy far, far away,
Actually, in Marion.
there was a threat to all mankind.
Well, maybe not all mankind.
A computer was about to explode.
Okay, maybe not explode, but there was a computer on the fritz. Same difference.
Fortunately, the SciWi guy was close by. He heard his number being dialed. In the blink of an eye, the SciWi guy was there fixing the computer.
Okay.
4-7 Illinois wireless internet isn't a superhero in real life, but it might as well be. So the next time your computer's on the fritz, call the nerds first. Call the people who are reliable, fast, dependable, trustworthy, smart, and locally owned at the first sign of trouble. 4-7 Illinois wireless internet. Don't cry. Call the SciWi guy at 997-7494. That's 997-SciWi. 997-SIWI.
Okay.
A disturbing sound, right? There's nothing you wouldn't do to protect your investment, your business, and most importantly, your family. Marcom Security in Marion offers the latest in residential and commercial security with cameras, home automation, access control, medical alerts, water detectors, and 24-hour monitoring from their very own 5-diamond monitoring station. For about $1 a day, you enjoy peace of mind from a local company that provides the best home and business security features and the best customer service around. Go to marcomsecurity.com to get your free quote today.
And we are back here at Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium here in Johnston City, Illinois, where the Hamilton County Foxes are visiting us tonight here in our home gym against your Johnston City Indians. Last night, the boys defeated the Century Centurions 57-26. Austin Brown was back in action. He had 22 points, 3 for 6 for the charity stripe. Corbin Hickey had 6 points in that game. He was 6 for 8 from the free throw line. And Braden Watts had the hot hand. It was like you were playing NBA Jam back in the 90s. I mean, you couldn't miss no matter where he shot from. He had 12 points just in threes in the first half. He was 1 for 2 from the charity stripe, although he only had 4 points in the second half. Don't forget, we have more broadcasts coming up here on WGGH.net. We will be off tomorrow night, but Thursday we come back with the Carmine White County Lady Bulldogs taking on your Lady Indians here at Johnson City. 7:30 game time, approximately, 7:30 airtime, apologize. Approximately 7:45 game time. That'll be on WGGH.net. And on Friday, we have Johnson City, the Lady Indians, heading up to Weber Township up in Bluford. That is a 6 o'clock airtime, 6:15 game time. And that will be broadcast on the radio, AM 1150, 98.5 on the FM dial, WGGH.net, or, of course, on our worldwide app. Search WGGH Radio on iOS or Android. And then Carmine White County, the Bulldogs come down here to visit our boys, Indians, at 7:30 airtime, approximately 7:45 game time. That'll be on WGGH.net right here where you are listening now. And then, of course, we've got Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday next week, and that will be the basketball season. So we have just a few games left. We're going to try and get as much action in as we can. And then, of course, football season starts off right away, and then baseball and softball on the heels of football. We got about 2 minutes. We'll take a break. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
Listen to the St. Louis Blues on Monster Radio, WGGH. Listen to the high-flying, bone-crunching action of Blues hockey on Monster Radio at AM 1150, FM 98.5, and the WGGH mobile app.
Picture this. You're sitting at your computer reading the day's news. You click on the next interesting headline only to get...
You have reached this month's limit of free stories. Please enter your credit card number to continue.
Well, not with Dateline Marion. Dateline Marion is a community news website that covers Marion and Williamson County. And there is no limit to the number of stories you can read. That's no limit this week, this month, or this year. Check us out at DatelineMarion.com for local news when you want it, as often as you want it. Oh, and by the way, it's free.
And we will come back here briefly to Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. Just under a minute to go as both teams head out to the floor. And we are getting ready for our national anthem.
Prior to our national anthem tonight, we have a special recognition from one of our Indian players. Last Thursday night at Carmine, junior Austin Brown scored his 1,000th career point during the second quarter. Coach Krasinski is in center court to present Austin his 1,000th point game ball. Congratulations, Austin Brown. ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand? Johnson City High School sophomore Josie Tanner will honor America by singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see where the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we crossed, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing, the bombs bursting in, yea, proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, welcome to Windmill Gymnasium here in Johnson City for tonight's game as part of the proud tradition of 100 years of JCHS basketball. Tonight's contest is between the Hamilton County Foxes and the Johnson City Indians. This game is being played under IHSA guidelines and sportsmanship is expected by all who are in attendance. Here are the starting lineups. First for the Hamilton County Foxes. At guard, 5'10" junior number 3, Clayton Leakey. At guard, a 6'1" junior number 12, Brady Crane. At center, a 6'2" junior number 20, Jaden York. At forward, a 6'2" junior number 22, Brady Leakey. And at forward, a 6'3" junior number 24, Layton Archer. The Foxes are coached by Doug Miller. Assistant coaches are Cody Bailey, Clint Hockmaker, and Chris Cox. And now, Indian fans, get on your feet and give it up. Here's the starting lineup for your Johnson City Indians. Back forward, a 5'8" senior number 12, Sam Harris. At guard, a 6'1" senior number 24, Jordan Winger. At guard, a 6'1" junior number 25, Austin Brown. At guard, a 6'1" senior number 33, Braden Watt. And at forward, a 6'1" junior number 34, Xander Saylor. The Indians are coached by Scott Brzezinski. Assistant coach is John Watts. Officials for tonight's game are Ted Dunn, Jeff Tarleton, and Craig Partridge.
Visitors, Hamilton County will take the basketball as we get ready to start this contest. Thrain takes the basketball and throws it in to Leakey. Leakey tries a pass, and it gets quickly knocked out of bounds. Out of bounds now is Grady Leakey. Throws it into his brother Clavin. Clavin looking, finds Thrain top of the key, throws it over to the far side, goes to Karsher. Karsher looking, finds Thrain, in between the circles, top of the key, throws it back over here to Clavin, goes to Grady down in the corner. Grady goes back to Clavin. Clavin looking, finds Thrain over on the far side, then finds Karsher. Karsher passes out to Thrain, top of the key, as he passes in to York. York feeds it in to number 24, Leighton Karsher, and he puts it up for two. Winiger now with the basketball for Johnson City. Hands it off to AB. Austin Brown. Brown across the timeline as Sam Harris tries to set the screen. Ball is almost stolen, and he's fouled. Fouls on three. That's Clavin Leakey. That's his first, team's first. 7:10 left here in the first quarter. Braden Watts out of bounds for Johnson City. Inbounds the pass to Austin Brown. 7:05 now here in the ball game. Austin Brown across the timeline. Feeds it into Harris. Harris feeds it right back to Brown. Brown looking. Feeds it to Xander Saylor now. Saylor feeds it out to Watts. Watts jump shot from 5 feet off the glass. No good. Rebound goes into Hamilton County's hands. They throw it way ahead to Clavin Leakey. Throws it down, and there's a foul. It'll be on Jordan Winiger. He tried to jump to block the shot, and number 22, Grady Leakey, did not go up. I think that's what they call a piggyback ride. 6:44 left here in the first quarter. Just getting started here at Johnson City. And number 22, Grady Leakey, misses the first shot and steps to the line for his second. Shots up, and no good. Rebound comes down to Austin Brown, throws it ahead to Jordan Winiger. Winiger looks, finds Watts over on the far side. Watts looking, hands it off to Jordan Winiger, top of the key. Winiger in between the circles now. Throws it over to Watts here on the near side, back to Sam Harris. Harris goes to Winiger. Winiger feeds it into Watts, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Hamilton County. It'll be Johnson City basketball. 6:24 left here in the first quarter. A 2-0 lead for the Foxes. Watts feeds it into Sam Harris. Harris dribbles over this side, throws it over to Austin Brown. Brown now in between the circles. Top of the key, throws it over to Winiger. Winiger looks baseline, comes back out, top of the key, finds Watts. Watts is looking, finds Xander Saylor over on the far side. Back to Watts, top of the key. Watts finds Austin Brown over on the far side now. Austin Brown, long three ball off the front of the rim. Comes down into the hands of Thrain for the Foxes. Thrain now with the basketball. Dribbles into the free throw line, finds Clavin, top of the key. Throws it down to Karsher. Karsher, long three ball, no good, as the rebound comes down to the Foxes, and they have to reset their offense. 5:40 left here in the first half. Or excuse me, first quarter, I apologize. Throw it back out to Thrain, top of the key. Thrain finds Clavin. Clavin goes over here to Grady. Grady back to Clavin. Leakey throws it over to Thrain. Thrain, long three ball. Nope, it's short. Into the hands of Jordan Winiger. Winiger now with a quick breakaway as he goes coast to coast. Layup, it's good. Jordan Winiger. 5:15 now in the first quarter. 2-2 is your score. Tie ball game here at Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. Clavin with the basketball. Throws over to Thrain here on the near side. Thrain picks up his dribble. Finds York, top of the key. Back to Thrain. Throws it down here to Karsher. Karsher looking. Finds Thrain. Back to Karsher down in the corner. Karsher throws it back to Thrain. Goes back to Clavin. Leakey. Clavin Leakey finds Grady over in the corner as he throws back to York. York goes up for a layup and makes it good. York with a good layup, and that makes it 4-2 in favor of the Foxes. Watts now with the basketball. Throws to Xander Saylor. Saylor, three ball. No, in and out. Austin Brown tips the basketball. It goes into the hands of Clavin Leakey. He waits for his offense as he throws down to Karsher. Karsher with the basketball. just underneath and throws it back to Grady Leakey. Leakey throws it back up to Thrain, top of the key, in between the circles. 4-10 now with the basketball. Finds York over on the far side. Feeds it down to Grady Leakey. Leakey goes back to Clavin. Clavin swings it over to Thrain. Thrain goes up for a layup and no good. Grady gets the rebound and goes up and falls backwards. Wow. Austin Brown tries to throw the pass all the head, and there's a out of bounds off of Clavin Leakey. Into the basketball game comes Caleb Newell for the Johnson City Indians, and we're going to take a mass timeout. And we will be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
The Digestive Health Team at Crossroads Specialty Clinic is dedicated to providing, diagnosing, and treating digestive diseases. If you have abdominal pain, bloating, or burning in your stomach, schedule an appointment right away, and our team will diagnose and treat your digestive health concerns, from heartburn and acid reflux to colon health and weight loss surgery. Digestive Health Team is here to care for you. Schedule today with Crossroads Digestive Health Team by calling 318-532-6337.
And we are back to Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium, where a timeout was added to the mass timeout. So we will keep it here. 4-2 is your score. The Hamilton County Foxes currently leading your Johnson City Indians, still early here in the first quarter with that 2-point lead. The most notable player out of the current lineup is Lath Huxworth. Lath apparently possibly pulled a tendon or strained a tendon. So we will find out shortly what his situation is. The Indians back out on the court. 3:52 left here in the first quarter. Ball's given to Austin Brown. Slaps it. Looking. Finds a quick breakaway. Throws it to Caleb Newell. Newell feeds it back to Watts. Watts crossing the timeline on the far side. Watts looking. Tries to feed it to Austin Brown, and it's stolen by Grady Leakey. Leakey goes coast to coast and scores 2. 3:35 as Xander Saylor slaps the basketball. Looking. Finds Braden Watts wide open. 3:30 left here in the first quarter. Watts crossing the timeline. Goes over here to the near corner. Feeds it to Caleb Newell. Newell hands it into Brown. Brown feeds it down to Corbin Hickey. And he loses the basketball off the back of his hand. 3:10 left here in the first quarter. Thrain bringing the ball across the timeline. Into the ball game is Harrelson for the Foxes, as well as Hampson. Hampson feeds it back to Harrelson. Harrelson throws over to Thrain. Thrain goes over to York on the far corner. York looks, feeds it back to Thrain in between the circles, top of the key, back to Harrelson. Harrelson dribbles. Goes to Thrain, back to York. York feeds it right back to Thrain, back to Harrelson, and feeds it over here to Grady Leakey. Tries to feed it down into the paint, and Austin Brown gets the steal. Brown now dribbling, crossing the timeline as he feeds it in. Oh, no, steal by Grady Leakey once again. And Leakey goes coast to coast and misses the layup. Austin Brown with the breakaway now. Feeds it ahead to Caleb Newell. Newell goes up, and he's fouled. 2 shots is coming up for Caleb Newell. Foul is on number 20. That's Jaden York, his first, team's second. At the line shooting 2 will be Caleb Newell. Shots up, and it's good. Good job, Caleb. Karsher checking it back in the ball game, replacing Grady Leakey. Caleb Newell now with the basketball. Second shot. It's good. 6-4 is the score. 2-point lead for the Foxes. 2:20 ticking off the clock here in the first quarter. Thrain with the basketball. Feeds it over here to Harrelson. Harrelson looks down in the near side corner. Feeds it back to Thrain. Thrain a long 10-footer off the glass. No good. put back by Hampson, and he was wide open. He got the rebound, was wide open, and put it right back up for two. Under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. 4-point lead for the Foxes over your Johnson City Indians currently, 8-4. And ball's knocked out of bounds off of York. It'll be Johnson City basketball. Minute 52 left here in the first quarter. Braden Watts with the basketball out of bounds. And here comes the inbounds play. And ball's knocked back out of bounds by York. And once again, it is Johnson City's possession. Minute 50 now on the clock. Watts slapping the basketball. Finding Xander Saylor, goes back door, but he gets locked off by Hampson. Corbin Hickey now with the basketball. A reach from Hamilton County, no call. Throws it over to Caleb Newell. Newell feeds it to Watts. Watts looking, dribbles into the free throw line, feeds over to Xander Saylor and the far side corner. Feeds it back to Newell. Newell feeds it into AB. AB looking, feeds it back out to Corbin Hickey. Long three ball, it's good! Corbin Hickey! Minute 20 left here in the first quarter. 8-7, a 1-point lead for the Foxes. Harrelson now with the basketball. Feeds it over to Thrain here on the near side corner. Thrain looking, dribbles back up top of the key, goes to Harrelson. Harrelson feeds it back to York in the far side corner. As York looks inside, finds Karcher at the free throw line. Ball's knocked out of bounds off of Hampson, and it will be Johnson City basketball. Into the ball game comes number 22, Grady Leakey, replacing Thrain for the Foxes. 59.7 seconds here as the ball is inbounded to Austin Brown from Xander Saylor. 55 seconds as AB crosses the timeline, throws over to Xander Saylor. He fakes the three, feeds it down to Austin Brown on the baseline. Feeds it all the way over to Corbin Hickey. Corbin Hickey, long three ball. Rebound by Austin Brown, put back up for two. Yes, sir. 38 seconds now to a 1-point lead for the Johnson City Indians, 9-8. Harrelson crossing the timeline between the circles as he sits here dribbling the basketball. 28, 27. Nobody guarding him, nobody to put pressure on. Just going to let the clock wind down and tick off. 20 seconds now here in the first quarter. Still that 1-point lead for Johnson City. 15 seconds now. 13, 12, going for one shot. 10. Harrelson looking, finding the shooter, finds Hampson down low. Hampson goes up for two and puts it in. Watts shoots at the buzzer. Oh! Misses the backboard, though, and that is how the first quarter will end. It is Hamilton County 10, Johnson City 9. We'll be back with second quarter action. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
Hi, my name's Amanda Basso. I'm the CEO here at Crossroads, and I'm so excited that we're able to offer the COVID-19 vaccine to the community. It's really heartwarming to see all the Crossroads employees that have come out and worked the event, and actually they're going home with just feeling really full that they've been able to help people to fight this terrible pandemic. And really, we're just very thankful to cooperate with the health department and put all this together.
COVID has impacted us tremendously, and having the ability to do this vaccination clinic is just a game changer for our entire community.
All the people coming in have been very joyful and appreciative, and the system said that works out very well. They're in and out within 20 minutes, and it's usually a 15-minute process to get a shot and have to wait. So it's been very pleasing to me and all the other people working and all the volunteers that we've had. That it's just running so well.
We came here to Crossroads to get our COVID vaccine because we were trying other places.
We'll be on the air on Thursday night with the Lady Indians and the Lady Bulldogs. Trying to get some paperwork caught up here. I apologize. Ball's inbounded to Austin Brown. Feeds it over to George Winiger. Winiger crosses the timeline as he comes on the near side. Finds Austin Brown top of the key. Long three ball for Austin off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Grady Leakey. Leakey Crossing the timeline, throws it over to Carcer. Carcer finds Leakey, top of the key. Throws over to Harrelson and back into Hampson. Hampson looking. Feeds it over to York, and there's a foul. I believe it'll be on Sam Harris. That is his first team second. And the big Hampson is out of bounds for Hamilton County. Looking, finds York underneath the basket, wide open, and scores 2. A 3-point lead now for the Foxes. Inbounded to Corbin Hickey. 7:22 left here in the first half. Hickey crossing the timeline, looking. Back and forth as he dribbles this way and throws it over to Winiger. Winiger finds Caleb Newell, top of the key. Back into Corbin Hickey. Hickey goes, and there's a charge call on Corbin Hickey. I thought he had him clean, thought he saw his foot move, but no call, or at least no go from the referee. Corbin Hickey's first team foul as Thrain checks back into the ball game, as does Clavin Leakey. 7:07 left here in the first half. 3-point lead for the Foxes currently here in Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. Goes over to Thrain. Thrain goes to York on the far corner. York feeds it back out to Thrain. Thrain looking. Back into York. Feeds it into Hampson. Hampson throws it all the way back around to Grady Leakey here in the near side corner. Leakey feeds it back to Thrain. Thrain feeds it in to York, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. It's off the hands of Austin Brown. 6:44 left here in the first half. Still that 3-point lead for the Foxes over your Johnson City Indians. Ball given to Thrain as he slaps the basketball. Getting ready. Throws it in to York. York feeds it right back to Thrain as he runs up to the top of the key. Thrain looking for York on the far corner. Feeds it back to Grady Leakey. Grady looking for his brother Clavin, but his brother Clavin ran away from him. Finds it Thrain, top of the key now, between the circles. 6:22 here in the first half. Finds York over in the far corner. Back to Grady Leakey, top of the key. Finds Thrain over here on the near side. Thrain dribbling back between the circles. Trying to set up. Throws over to Grady Leakey. Over on the far side. Feeds it at York. York turns and shoots and scores 2. Ball inbounded to Jordan Winiger for Johnson City. Winiger, as he goes all the way down to the baseline, and loose ball comes down to Sam Harris. Caleb Newell feeds into Austin Brown. Brown looking as he stops at the free throw line and gets the ball slapped out of his hand. He throws it into Jordan Winiger. Winiger goes to Newell. Newell goes back to AB. AB from the free throw line, and there's a foul. I believe it'll be on number 22, and it is. It's on Grady Leakey, his first, team's third. Apologize. Austin Brown going to the line to shoot 2. 5:30 here on the first half clock. Shots up. It's good. Logan Hunter and Braden Watts coming back into the ball game. Corbin Hickey and Sam Harris going back out of the ball game. Shot is up, and it's off the front of the rim. No good. Clavin now with the basketball as he dribbles into the free throw line, gets stopped by the defense of Johnson City, and it's tipped out of bounds by Johnson City. It'll be Hamilton County basketball. 5:21 left here as a 4-point lead for the Foxes currently. Thrain out of bounds for the Foxes. They are trying to feed it in to Carcer. Carcer, short jump shot, and the loose ball goes into the paint. I'm not sure who it was off of. Apparently it was off of Johnson City. 5:15 left here in the first half. The Foxes out of bounds. Slaps the basketball, puts the players into motion. He feeds it into feeds it into Harrelson. Harrelson goes to Clavin. Clavin goes up, feeds it into Hampson, and it drops for 2. AB with the basketball now for Johnson City. Feeds over to Caleb Newell, the far corner. Back to AB as he throws it to Jordan Winiger, top of the key. Winiger now Dribbles, finds Logan Hunter over here in the near side corner. Back to Winiger, top of the key, feeds it to Watts at the free throw line. Watts goes to Newell, Newell into AB. AB feeds it out to Logan Hunter. Long three ball for Hunter, off back of the rim, into the hands of Caleb Newell for the rebound. Winiger now finds Watts, top of the key. Watts looking left and right, finds AB, and Coach Scott Brzezinski, he calls timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:24 left here in the first half. It is Hamilton.
I'm a country boy. Okay, I was raised small farm town, and this is the kind of environment that I like. So to me, the hometown care is given by people who have hometown attitude. I was telling a patient in the office today, and she said, well, what about this? I said, I'm going to treat you like I treat my mom. If I treat you the same way I would treat my mom, or the same way I would treat someone in my family and give you the same kind of care, I can't go home at night and feel like I haven't done the best I could do at any particular time.
This message presented by the Illinois High School Association and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
And we are back here to Johnson City, Illinois, to Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. As once again, my technology is not keeping up. I apologize. So we will try and fix that here quickly while they are still in timeout. 16-10, the Foxes currently lead the Johnson City Indians by 6 here in the first half. Updating the wonderful Twitterverse. And halftime, Cahokia 26, Wildcats 17. That was a tweet from MHSA Athletics a little while ago. And there's Monster Radio. And Austin Brown is out of bounds for the Indians. Slaps the basketball, looking, feeds it into Newell. Newell feeds it right back to Austin Brown. Brown dribbling, finds Jordan Winiger over here. He finds Newell top of the key. Back to Winiger, back to Watts. Over here in the near side corner. Watts dribbles back towards top of the key as he's being guarded hard by Clavin Leakey. Back to Jordan Winiger now, top of the key. Winiger looking, dribbles right, dribbles left, as Thrain is guarding him hard for the defense for the Foxes. Winiger now with the basketball, feeds into Watts. Watts, short jump shot, 5 feet, it's good. Braden Watts puts 2 more up on the board. It is now a 4-point lead for the Foxes. York now here in the near side corner, feeds it to Thrain, deep in the paint, goes over to Clavin on the far corner, dribbles in to 7 feet, shoots, and no good. Caleb Newell with the basketball, finds Jordan Winiger as he throws it ahead. Braden Watts from the corner, long 3 ball, and it is fed to Braden Watts. Oh, my Lanta! Braden Watts was fed the ball from Caleb Newell laying on the ground. Watts went underneath the basket, threw it up with enough spin on it to hit the glass, and it went in for 2. Oh, I'm quit. I'm done. It is Hamilton County 16, Johnson City 14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
If you're a fan of spicy, good news. McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets are back, and they're just the right amount of spicy. If you're a fan of extra spicy, more good news. So is our mighty hot sauce. And if you're a fan of getting extra spicy, extra fast, even better news. You can order ahead on the McDonald's app.
And we are back here to Johnson City, Illinois, where the Hamilton County Foxes are taking on here Johnson City Indians. I may need to go have my heart checked after this one. Wow. Hamilton County currently leads by 2 as they throw the ball down to Carter here in the near corner. Back to Brain, throws to top of the key, goes to Clavin. Clavin Leakey. Leakey feeds it over to Harrelson. As Harrelson throws the ball, it's stolen by Jordan Winiger. Winiger now with the basketball. Crosses the top of the key, headed over to the far side. 2:45 left here in the first half. Winiger now with the basketball. He feeds it over to Austin Brown. Brown dribbles left, dribbles right. Has to pick up his dribble as it's fed into Braden Watts. Watts feeds it over to Logan Hunter. Logan Hunter goes to Watts. Watts back to Hunter. Hunter feeds it to AB. AB fakes the three, goes down to the paint, up for two. It's good. Yes, sir. Austin Brown forced his way in, made the shot, and he will have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Woo! Sorry about that, everybody. Getting a little excited here. 2:26. Xander Saylor coming into the ball game, replacing Caleb Newell. Austin Brown heads to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Shots off the front of the rim as Hampson comes down with the basketball for Hamilton County. Thrain with the basketball. Feeds it over to Harrelson. Harrelson goes back to Thrain, top of the key. 2:14 now here in the first half. 16-16 tie ball game here at Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. Good hustle by AB as he knocks the ball out of bounds and does not let Hampson have a shot at scoring points. Into the ball game comes Karsher replacing Harrelson. 2:07 left here in the first half. Tie ball game, 16-all. Thrain slaps the basketball as he's looking for the inside pass, and 5 seconds is called. Good defense by the Johnson City Indians. Xander Saylor now going out of bounds as he gets ready to slap the basketball. He does. And they feed it into Braden Watts. Watts looking. Finds Winiger. Winiger breaks the defense, throws it all the way ahead to Logan Hunter. Hunter feeds it, right into the hands of Grady Leakey. Leakey going back on the other way, feeds it into Karsher, misses the layup. Thrain, though, comes up with the basketball for the Foxes. Thrain goes to Karsher, and Karsher airballs a three-pointer. Corbin Hickey coming into the basketball game. 1:43 left here in the first half. 16-16 is the score. The Johnson City Indians taking on the Hamilton County Foxes here at Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium, Johnson City, Illinois. Austin Brown taking his time as he throws it over here to Braden Watts. Watts looking. Feeds it over here to Xander Saylor in the corner. Saylor feeds it down to Corbin Hickey. Hickey throws it over to Logan Hunter off the front of the rim. The ball comes down. It's knocked loose by Corbin Hickey. Feeds it over to Braden Watts. Watts, short jump shot at the free throw line. And it is a loose ball off the rebound into the hands of Hamilton County. York with the basketball gets the long pass, and there's a foul. York will go to the line to shoot two. 7 here. And 30 is the foul. That's Logan Hunter, his first, team's fourth. 7 here in the first half, and Jaden York goes to the line to shoot two. Here's his first. It's good. Sam Harris replacing Logan Hunter. 1 point lead now for the Foxes. 7 on the first half clock. Shots up. And it's good. Jaden York. Ball inbounded to Johnson City. Goes to AB. Throws it with a minute left. He crosses the timeline. Feeds it over to Watts here on the near side. Watts looking. Feeds it over to Xander Saylor. Saylor goes to Watts. Watts goes to Corbin Hickey over the far side. To AB at the free throw line. Over to Watts. There's Saylor. Saylor, long three ball from the corner. Put back by Corbin Hickey. No, it's slapped out of bounds by Hamilton County. Good penetration and good passing for the Indians. Just a little off to be able to put it up. It's all good, though. Out of bounds for Johnson City. 40.5 seconds left here in the first half. Brown now looking. Feeds it into Watts. Watts goes to Brown. Top of the key. Drives down into the paint. A jump shot, and there's a foul. Foul's on 50. That's Hampson. That's his first, team's fourth. I'm sorry, that's 5. AP goes the line to shoot 2. Shots up, off the back of the rim. That's no good. 34.2 seconds left here in the first half. The Foxes currently lead by 2, 18-16. Austin Brown with his second shot. It's good. Take that lead by 1. Throw the ball into Thrain. 30 seconds here in the first half. 18-17, the Foxes lead by 1 here at Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium tonight. 24 seconds now as Thrain just dribbles the basketball. 20 seconds now near half court. 17 seconds. 15. Thrain looking. He's still dribbling. 10 seconds. Nobody guarding him. He's looking for the corner. They look for the inside pass. He throws it out of bounds, and it will be Johnson City basketball. Wow. 5.1 seconds here on the first half clock. Xander Saylor is taking the ball out of bounds for the Indians. Xander slapped the basketball as he waits, throws it into AB. 3, 2, 1. Long 3 ball by AB. No, it's off the back of the rim. And that is how the first half will end. It is the Hamilton County Foxes 18, Johnson City 17. We'll be back for halftime. You're listening to Monster Radio WGGH.
When they ask, why would you go anywhere else? It's not just a slogan. They mean it. They mean it with the one-on-one attention they give students. They mean it with the quality instruction and programs of study they offer. They mean it with their affordable tuition. They mean it when they want to live up to the mission of serving all students in the best way possible. Now you can look elsewhere, but when you ask your friends, your family, or anyone else that has ever attended John A. Logan College, they'll tell you, why would you go anywhere else? And they'll mean it.
The Johnston City Indians strive for excellence in athletics. At Johnston City Unit 1 schools, the administration, Board of Education, and faculty strive for excellence in the...
Hi, my name's Amanda Basso. I'm the CEO here at Crossroads, and I'm so excited that we're able to offer the COVID-19 vaccine to the community. It's really heartwarming to see all the Crossroads employees that have come out and worked the event, and actually they're going home with just feeling really full that they've been able to help people to fight this terrible pandemic. And really, we're just very thankful to cooperate with the health department and put all this together.
COVID has impacted us tremendously, and having the ability to do this vaccination clinic is just a game changer for our entire community.
All the people coming in have been very joyful and appreciative, and the system said that works out very well. They're in and out within 20 minutes, and it's usually a 15-minute process to get a shot and have to wait. So it's been very pleasing to me and all the other people working and all the volunteers that we've had, that it's just running so well.
We came here to Crossroads to get our COVID vaccine because we were trying other places and couldn't really get in. First time I tried this number and I got right through. It was so easy and so convenient.
I'm a pastor and I've been shut out of so many places. The restrictions have been so strong. I can't go and visit anyone. And so I thought the first time I had an opportunity to get the vaccination, I'd come so I could at least interact with individuals.
What we're doing here today is the same thing I was fortunate enough to do when I was in the military. We are defending Jefferson County, we're defending Mount Vernon, we're defending our community, and defending our loved ones.
I work in a school district, and we've done everything we can to help protect our students and our staff, and this is just one more step.
It was an honor to give a 102-year-old woman her first vaccine today for COVID.
Process was super easy. The paperwork was very minimal, and they were very efficient in providing the vaccine.
We've seen so many people here and so many different stories, and exciting to see how they heard about it either through their church communities or through their neighbors or friends. They all compliment the process of coming in, how smooth it is, how easy the directions getting in, complimenting the guys out in the parking lot, and it's such a joy to hear that coming from everybody.
A disturbing sound, right? There's nothing you wouldn't do to protect your investment, your business, and most importantly, your family. Barcom Security in Marion
I'm Shayna, and I've lost about 95 pounds with Dr. Dalencourt and the Journey Weight Loss Program. I started my journey in March of 2019, and I got to have my gastric bypass surgery in July of 2019. It has been one of the greatest things I've ever done for myself. I would strongly recommend that you go see Dr. Dalencourt and join the Journey Weight Loss Program if you have even considered it. It has been a true gift to me and to my family. Everybody that knows me would say that I am happier, more joyful, and more energetic than I've ever been. And I give all the credit to Dr. Dalencourt and to this weight loss program.
If you would like to learn more about Journey Weight Loss, visit online at journeyweightloss.com or call 618-244-1937. That number again is 618-244-1937.
My name's Tyler Reeder. I'm a board-certified family nurse practitioner. After getting married and starting to have children, I felt a calling, and my heart was really with Southern Illinois. And I seen the need for providers in this area. We enjoy living in the rural community because I've always said that this is an area where a handshake still means something. It's important to have a primary care provider. A lot of what we see in clinic or the hospital or just in the community are preventable. Many people walk around with high blood pressure or hypertension for many years. And by catching this early, we can prevent many other diseases that are caused by hypertension. What we concentrate on is trying to prevent things from ever getting to the point of needing treatment. By developing a relationship with a primary care provider, we'll do annual screening. We can catch it early. Crossroads Community Hospital has enabled me as a provider to give the best possible care to my patient and their families. Patients, as well as coworkers, they're individuals and they're not just a number. One of the things that gives me peace of mind is the fluidness and the efficiency from the point that the patient walks through the door to the time that they go home. My name is Tyler Reeder, board-certified family nurse practitioner here at Crossroads. I would love the opportunity to take care of you and your family.
And throws it into Karcher. Karcher throws right back to Thrain. Hamilton County's possession currently as he throws it over to Grady Leakey. Leakey feeds it back to Karcher. Karcher looking for Leakey. Leakey from the corner. Long three ball. Nope. Missed it. And Hampson went down for the basketball, but his foot was out of bounds. Therefore, it is Johnson City basketball. Xander Saylor slaps the basketball. Looking. Finds AB at the half-court line. He breaks the quick breakaway. AB goes down underneath Hampson and misses the layup. And AB and Sam Harris both grabbed the ball and neither would let go. And it caused a travel call to be made. Thrain out of bounds, throws it into Leakey, throws it back right to Thrain. Just going to start calling their first names because there's two Leakeys. Thrain feeds it over to Karcher. Karcher goes over to Grady. Grady back to Karcher, top of the key. Throws up Thrain over the far side. Back to Karcher. Karcher long three ball. It's good. Leighton Karcher scores three. 21-17. The Foxes lead currently. 7:10 left here in the third quarter. Winiger now. Crossing the timeline. Goes back, goes right. Feeds it to Watts now, top of the key. Watts looking for the cutter. Feeds it back to Winiger. Throws it out to AB. AB long three ball. And the ball's knocked out of bounds off of Thrain. It will be Johnson City basketball. 6:52 left here in the third quarter. Jordan Winiger steps out of bounds as he throws it into Watts. Watts feeds it over to AB. AB goes underneath Hampton again, throws it out to Watts. Watts, jump shot from 10 foot, in and out. Hampton comes up with the rebound, throws it ahead to Grady. Grady looking, and he stops, throws it to Thrain, top of the key. Thrain dribbles this side, throws it over here to York. York back to Thrain, feeds it over to Karcher. Karcher long three ball again, off the front of the rim, into the hands of big Sam Harris. Harris feeds it ahead to Watts. Watts feeds it to AB, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Grady, and it will be Johnson City basketball. AB couldn't quite get the handle on it, and that's okay because Hamilton County took it out of bounds with him. 6:18 here in the third quarter. Still that 4-point lead for the Foxes. Watts feeds it over to Winiger. Winiger now in between the circles, top of the key. 6-10. Here we go. Throws it over to Harris, back over to Winiger. Winiger drives down to the baseline. Short little jump shot. Nope. It just falls short of the rim. And the ball goes to Grady. Grady tries to feed it down. And not sure what they call. It's the Foxes basketball out of bounds as he feeds it into York. York goes up for two. It's good. Jaden York was able to find the wide open man and put it up for two. Xander Saylor now feeds it back to Watts. Walks across the timeline over to the far corner. Goes to Sam Harris. Harris at the free throw line. Throws it back to Winiger on the far corner. Winiger goes to Watts. Watts feeds over to Sam Harris on this side. Goes back to Xander Saylor. Back to Harris. Back to Watts. Watts finds AB in the far corner. They're looking for the cutter. Goes back to Watts. Watts throws to Winiger down in the paint. Back out to Watts. Watts, long three ball. No, it's off the side of the rim. And into the hands of Thrain it goes. Thrain goes quick breakaway, and he scores a layup. Coach Scott Brzezinski wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:09 left here in the third quarter. It is the Hamilton County Foxes 25, Johnson City 17. We'll be right back.
My name's Tyler Reeder. I'm a board-certified family nurse practitioner. After getting married and starting to have children, I felt a calling.
High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Illinois High School Association and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
My heart was really with Southern
Both
Illinois.
buzzer sound for
and
the
I seen the
timeout.
need
here in Wendell
for
Starrick Gymnasium,
providers in
Johnson
this
City,
area.
Illinois. The
We
Hamilton County
enjoy
Foxes
living
taking on
in the
your Johnson
rural.
City Indians. Xander Saylor heading out of bounds. 5:09 left here in the third quarter clock. 25-17 is the score. Foxes currently lead by 8. Finds Jordan Weniger as he inbounds the basketball. Weniger dribbling hard. Finds Watts. Watts being double teamed now as he dribbles and throws it over to AB. AB feeds it to Harris. Harris goes back to AB. Down in the paint. Jump a little hook shot, and it's good. Austin Brown making it count. Thrain now with the basketball for the Foxes. Throws it over to York in the far corner. York feeds it back to Thrain. 4:40 tipping off the clock here in the third quarter. York throws it back to Thrain. Thrain goes over to Karsher. Karsher, long three ball off the back of the rim as Hampson goes up and puts it back. Hampson was able to put it back for the missed three-point. Into the ball game comes Corbin Hickey and Caleb Newell. And there's a mass timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:25 left here in the third. It is Hamilton County 27, Johnson City 19. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH. Wrong button.
If you're a fan of spicy, good news. McDonald's spicy chicken McNuggets are back, and they're just the right amount of spicy. If you're a fan of extra spicy, more good news. So is our mighty hot sauce. And if you're a fan of getting extra spicy, extra fast, even better news. You can order ahead on the McDonald's app.
Hungry for high school basketball? Listen to every Marion and Johnson City boys and girls basketball game this season on your computer, smartphone, or tablet. Go to WGGH.net, click on the sports tab, and pick your team. High school basketball on WGGH.net.
And we are back here from the mass timeout. And 4:25 here on the clock as Xander Saylor heads out of bounds for the Indians. Xander inbounds it to Austin Brown. Brown with the basketball, crossing the timeline. Looking, finds Corbin Hickey this side. Goes to Caleb Newell, top of the key. Newell dribbles, throws back to Corbin Hickey this side. Hickey now dribbles top of the key, feeds it over to Newell. Newell goes to Xander Saylor in the far corner. Saylor back to Newell. Newell goes to AB, top of the key, fakes a three, goes over to Watts. Here in the near corner, Watts feeds it all the way over to Newell and throws it out of bounds to Xander Saylor. And it is Fox's basketball. Thrain inbounding to Grady as he throws back to Thrain. 3:50 left here in the third quarter. Thrain picks up his dribble, and it's stolen by Watts. Watts with a quick breakaway as he goes up and makes the layup and gets fouled. Yes, sir. Foul is on number 12. That's Brady Thrain, his first, team's first of the half. Oh, apparently that's his second. I missed one. Braden Watts going to the line to shoot one. 27-21 as Watts shoots the free throw. 27-22. Yes, sir. Thank you, Braden Watts. Now Clavin with the basketball. Clavin Leakey for the Foxes. Finds Karsher in the far corner. Karsher goes baseline. Looks for a teammate. Can't find anybody. Finds Hampson finally just before the 5-second call. Goes to Harrelson. Over to Karsher. Karsher feeds it down to York here in the near side corner. Back to Karsher. Karsher goes over to Harrelson. Over to Clavin in the far side corner. Back to Hampson. And loose ball is gathered up by Xander Saylor. Thank you, sir. Corbin Hickey throws it ahead to Watts. Watts goes up. A wild shot. Back into the hands of Xander Saylor. Saylor goes up. No call on the slap on the wrist. Clavin now with the breakaway, rather. And it'll be Johnson City basketball as he lost it out of bounds. 27-22. End of the ball game is number 0. That is Gordon for the Foxes. Giving number 50, Hanson, a short break. Xander Saylor out of bounds now. Slaps the basketball. Puts it into motion and throws it into Braden Watts. Watts looking. He guarded by Harrelson as he crosses the timeline. 2:45 left here in the third quarter. Xander Saylor now with the basketball. Feeds it over to Corbin Hickey, top of the key. As Hickey backs up towards the timeline. Feeds it over to Watts. Watts feeds it back to Saylor, back to Hickey. Hickey drives down in the paint, goes up for two. No, it's a pass to Austin Brown. Austin Brown with the putback. Thank you. 2:25 left here in the third quarter. Foxes 27, Indians 24. 3-point lead for them. 2:17 left here in the third quarter as Clavin dribbles the basketball, top of the key. Throws it into the hands of Corbin Hickey. He throws it ahead to Austin Brown. Goes up for the dunk. Yes, sir. Austin Brown slams it home. 2:06 left here in the third. We were going to take a commercial timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio W.
When they ask, why would you go anywhere else? It's not just a slogan. They mean it. They mean it with the one-on-one attention they give students. They mean it with the quality instruction and programs of study they offer. They mean it with their affordable tuition. They mean it when they want to live up to the mission of serving all students in the best way possible. Now you can look elsewhere, but when you ask your friends, your family, or anyone else that has ever attended John A. Logan College, they'll tell you, why would you go anywhere else? And
we are back here at the Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. 2:06 left here in the third quarter. Foxes 27, Indians 26, as we get ready to resume play here at Johnson City. Getting ready to start the third quarter as Harrelson inbounds the basketball, throws to Thrain, back to Harrelson, back to Thrain. Thrain sitting here, minute 55. Tipping off the clock here in the third quarter. Thrain throws it to Hampson in the far corner. He throws it back to Thrain. Thrain dribbles this way over to the top of the key to Harrelson, over to York. York feeds it down to Grady. Grady goes into Hampson. Hampson for two, and Xander Saylor goes up and fouls him. That's his first, team's first of the half. Go to the line to shoot two will be Hanson. Minute 40 left here on the third quarter clock. Shots up, and it's good. Save for the two free throws by Grady in the first quarter. They have not missed so far. And as I say that, I curse him. Austin Brown with a rebound, throws it ahead to Corbin Hickey. Hickey feeds it over to Xander Saylor. Saylor, as Corbin Hickey runs into the backcourt, not sure if he lost his balance or was pushed. Minute 25 left here in the third quarter. Austin Brown looking. Gets a screen from Caleb Newell. Newell with the basketball now. Feeds it over back to Austin Brown. Brown goes down in the paint as he throws it off to Corbin Hickey. Hickey goes to Saylor. Saylor to Watts. Watts feeds it back to AB. Long three-pointer. It's good. Yes, sir. Austin Brown making it count. 55 seconds as Thrain crosses the timeline. A point lead for your Johnson City Indians, 29-28. Harrelson now with the basketball for the Foxes as he throws it over to Thrain on the far side. Thrain goes baseline, looking for that inside pass. It's not there. Good defense by the Indians. Throws it over to Grady. Grady feeds it into the hands of Austin Brown. 35 seconds now remaining as they stop and wait for one shot. 30 seconds now. Austin Brown waiting for it. 25 seconds now as he goes over to Xander Saylor. Saylor feeds it back to Hickey. Hickey looking with 20 seconds here on the third quarter clock. Back to Watts, back to Austin Brown. 13 seconds now. Over to Xander. Xander feeds it back to AB. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Still that 1-point lead as AB shoots and is fouled. It'll be 2 shots for him at the free throw line. With 1.6 seconds on the ball. Grady Leakey, that's his second, team's second. And shooting 2 at the line will be Austin Brown. First shot is up. It's good. Austin Brown making them count. 30-28 is now your score. 1.6 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Shots up. And it's good. Good job, Austin Brown. The Hamilton County Foxes try to get it down the court, And as we go to break, Johnson City 31, Hamilton County 28. We are going to the fourth quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio WGGH.
The Johnson City Indians strive for excellence in athletics. And at Johnson City Unit 1 schools, the administration, Board of Education, and faculty strive for excellence in the classroom as well. The mission of Johnson City schools is to prepare their students for life in the 21st century. Johnson City teachers and coaches want to produce students who are value-driven, problem-solving, critical thinkers ready for life beyond high school. From math champions to sports champions, Johnson City has set the bar high. Good luck, Indians, in all your endeavors from Johnson City Unit 1.
A disturbing sound, right? There's nothing you wouldn't do to protect your investment, your business, and most importantly,
Buzzer sounds, we rejoin you here in Johnson City, Illinois. Get ready to start the fourth quarter. Indians have the possession. 8 minutes up on the clock. Johnson City 31, the Hamilton County Foxes 28. Austin Brown as he inbounds it to Watts. Watts crosses the timeline once again, throws it over to Winiger. Winiger over to Caleb Newell in the far corner. Newell feeds it back to Winiger. Winiger feeds it back to Newell now in the corner. Newell throws back to Watts. Watts dribbles down, back to Newell. Feeds it over to Austin Brown down in the paint. A short little layup, and it misses. Hampson with the rebound for Hamilton County. Throws it over to Harrelson. As Harrelson dribbles up the basketball court, feeds it over to Karsher. Karsher looking down in the paint. He finds Thrain over the far corner. Long three ball. Nope, short off the side of the rim. And a loose ball goes into the hands of Winiger. Winiger goes coast to coast and makes the layup. Yes, sir. Jordan Winiger making it count. Thrain coming back quickly the other way. Thrain feeds it into Hampson. As Hampson goes, and there's a push off of Caleb Newell. Yep. Number Caleb Newell, that's his first, team second. Go to the line to shoot two will be Hampson. 7:04 left here in the ball game. Shots up, and it's good. Second shot incoming. Shot is up, and it's good. First 2 points for Hamilton County here in the fourth quarter. Johnson City inbounds it to Watts. Watts looking, throws over to Winiger. Winiger goes quickly across the timeline, finds Austin Brown here on the near corner. Brown goes down into the paint, up for two, and he misses, but he will get two shots. Hampson gets his second foul. Maybe at the line, shooting two. Shots up. It's good. In the ball game comes Grady, replacing Harrelson. Austin Brown goes to the line to shoot his second. It's good. Good job for Austin Brown. 6:50 here in the ball game. 35-30. Johnson City's lead over Johnson City's lead over the Hamilton County Foxes. York with the basketball here in the near corner, feeds it over to Karsher. Karsher back to York. York looking for inside, finds Hampson, and the ball is stripped by Caleb Newell ahead to Brown, ahead to Winiger, and it's fouled as he went up for the layup. And the foul was on Brady Thrain. That's his third, team's fourth. Winiger now shooting 2. Shots up. Then it falls off. Into the ball game comes Gordon for Hamilton County. Jordan Winiger to the line to shoot his second. Shot is up, and it's short. And Sam Harris gets the call for the foul. Said he pushed his second, team's third. 6:30 left here in the the ball game. 35-30 currently the lead for the Indians over the Hamilton County Foxes. Thrain with the basketball, throws it over here to Gordon. Gordon back to Thrain. Thrain looking, back to Gordon. Goes into the free throw line, back out to Thrain as York comes up to the top of the key. Back to Thrain. Thrain goes back door, looking for the inside pass. It's not there. Out to Kersher, three-pointer, no good. Grady comes up with the rebound. He puts up a little short shot, and he's fouled. Fouls on number 11. That's Caleb Newell, his second, team's fourth. Apologize. Grady Leakey going to the line to shoot 2. 6:03 left here in the ball game. Johnson City 35, the Foxes 30. Grady scores 1. His first free throw is good. 35-31. Still a 4-point lead for the Indians. Make that a 3-point lead as Grady nails both of them. Watts now with the basketball. Looking. And there's a foul. Who's it on? Wow, that's his fourth, Brady Thrain. And apparently he was holding Jordan Winiger. Caleb Newell comes out of the basketball game, as does Sam Harris. Into the ball game, Corbin Hickey and Xander Saylor. Looking, finds Watts as he inbounds the basketball. Feeds it up back over as York steals the basketball for the Foxes. Feeds it over to Clayton, over to Karsher, and Karsher gets down in the paint, scores 2. Watts with the basketball, feeds over to Winiger. Winiger throws it over the head of Braden Watts, and the momentum swinging as it does here in basketball games. There's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Johnson City 35, Hamilton County 34, 5:47 left here in the ball game. You're listening to Monster Radio WGGH.
Well, maybe not all mankind. A computer was about to explode. Okay, so maybe not explode, but there was a computer on the pitch. Same difference. Fortunately, the sideline guy was close by. He heard his number being dialed in the blink of an eye. The sideline guy was there fixing the computer. For Southern Illinois wireless internet isn't a superhero in real life, but it might as well be. So the next time your computer's on the fritz, call the nerds first. Call the people who are reliable, fast, dependable, trustworthy, smart, and locally owned at the first sign of trouble. For Southern Illinois wireless internet, don't cry. Call the Siwai guy at 997-7494. That's 997-SIWI. 997-SIWI.
And we are back to Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium here in Johnston City, Illinois, where the Johnson City Indians are taking on the Hamilton County Foxes of McLeansboro. 5:47 left here in the ball game. A 1-point lead for the Johnson City Indians currently. Karsher out of bounds, slaps the basketball, feeds it in to Clavin. Clavin looking, throws it over to Karsher. Karsher loses the basketball off his fingertips, and it is into the hands of Johnson City. 5:42 left here in the ball game. Feeds it ahead to Watts. Watts looking ahead, goes a short little layup and makes it count for 2. Braden Watts, yes, sir. 5:30 left here in the ball game. Johnson City 37, Hamilton County 34. Clavin feeds it over here to Karsher. Karsher feeds it back to Clavin. Clavin dribbling over to the far side, goes to Gordon. Gordon goes into the free throw line. Gets a lot of pressure from Johnson City. He throws it over to Grady. Grady back to Gordon. Gordon over to Clavin. Clavin here feeds it into York at the free throw line. Back out to Clavin. Clavin fakes the three. Feeds it over to Gordon. Gordon long three ball from the corner, and it's good. Tie game, 37-all. Watts feeds the ball over to Saylor. Saylor back over to Watts. Now to Winiger. Winiger. There is a tripped man as Grady Leakey gets the basketball, goes up for a layup, but there was no call, and now they're going to go for a mass timeout. Well, we'll take one as well. You are listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
Listen to the St. Louis Blues on Monster Radio, WGGH. Listen to the high-flying, bone-crunching action of Blues hockey on Monster Radio at AM 1150, FM 98.5, and the WGGH mobile app.
Picture this. You're sitting at your computer reading the day's news. You click on the next interesting headline only to get...
You have reached this month's limit of free stories. Please enter your credit card number to continue.
Well, not with Dateline Marion. Dateline Marion is a community news website that covers Marion and Williamson County. And there is no limit to the number of stories you can read. That's no limit this week, this month, or this year. Check us out at DatelineMarion.com for local news when you want it, as often as you want it. Oh, and by the way, it's free.
Johnston City, Illinois. 4:45 here on the game clock in the fourth quarter. Foxes 39, Johnson City 37, as the mass timeout is quick to expire. Xander Saylor, Austin Brown, Braden Watts, Corbin Hickey, and Jordan Winiger come back into the ball game for the Indians. Saylor out of bounds. Looking as they get the cutting man. Austin Brown leaps up almost to the ceiling and throws the head to Jordan Winiger. Jordan Winiger puts it up for two. 39-all. Clavin with the basketball for the Foxes. Clavin looking. Feeds it over to Harrelson. Harrelson goes out to Grady. Grady goes back to Clavin. 4:24 left here in the ball game. Clavin looking, and it's kicked off of the foot of Jordan Winiger. It will be Fox's basketball. And Grady runs to get the loose ball. Caleb Newell and Sam Harris back into the ball game, replacing Xander Saylor and Corbin Hickey. Into the ball game comes number 0. That is Gordon, replacing Harrelson. For the Foxes, 4:20 left here in the ball game. 39-all is the score. Clavin with the basketball. Throws. No, he was going to throw over to Gordon, and it's kicked out of bounds once again by Jordan Winiger. Good defense by the Indians. Thrain now with the basketball Thrain back into the ball game, replacing Clavin. Leakey. Gordon inbounds the basketball to Thrain. Thrain's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls. The 4 fouls that are up on the board for the Foxes. Feeds over to Gordon here on the near side. Gordon looking as he sits here and holds the basketball. 3:55 left in the ball game. Throws it back over to Thrain on the far corner. Thrain feeds it over to Grady, top of the key between the circles. Feeds it over here to Karsher. Karsher looking inside, can't find anybody. Goes back to Grady, top of the key. Now over to Gordon. 3:40 now here in the basketball game. Feeds it over to Karsher. Karsher goes baselines, cut off by Johnson City. Out to Gordon as Gordon dribbles, takes a 3 ball, and makes it. Gordon puts up another 3. That's his second of the fourth quarter. Watts feeds it ahead to Newell. Newell feeds it ahead to Winiger. Winiger down with the basketball as Winiger dribbles over to between the circles, top of the key. 3:15 left here in the ball game. Over to Austin Brown, over to Newell. Newell over here to Winiger as Winiger looks inside. Over to Watts. Watts fakes the 3 as he dribbles over to the far side. Goes to Newell. Newell 3 ball. No, off the back of the rim. Thrain now with the basketball as he dribbles slowly to the half-court line. 2:50 here in the ball game. 39-42. Thrain's just going to sit out there and dribble, wasting time. 2:40. There you go, Braden. Put some defense on him. Throws over to Gordon. Back to Thrain. Thrain looking as he dribbles over to this side, goes to Gordon, and Gordon fakes the three, looking for the open teammate, and 5-second counts on. He finds Karsher. 2:20 left here in the ball game. Karsher now with the basketball as they are basically doing a three-man switch, and there's a foul. It's on Jordan Winiger. Foul's on 24, Jordan Winiger, his second, team's fifth. And Sam Harris and Caleb Newell out of the basketball game. Into the ball game comes Xander Saylor and Corbin Hickey. Thrain now with the basketball as he almost gets a 5-second call. Throws it into York and throws it right back to Thrain. 2:05 left here in the ball game as he throws it over to Gordon. Gordon, they're just playing keep away at this point, trying to waste that clock so Johnson City doesn't have a chance to come back. And there's a push by Braden Watts. And it'll be 33. It's his first, team sixth. And there's a signal from the referees to each other as things are starting to get a little heated. Gordon with the basketball as it's inbounded. Gordon looks left, looks right, and comes out to York. York feeds it over to Thrain. Thrain over on the far side as he feeds it over to Grady. Grady now with the basketball. Throws it over to Karsher. Karsher with 1:35 left here on the game clock. Throws it back. Oh, he fakes the pass to Thrain as he throws it back up to Gordon, top of the key. Gordon now feeds it over to Karsher on the far corner. Back to Gordon, top of the key between the circles. York now with the basketball. They're playing keep away. Gonna have to foul him at some point. Karsher now with the basketball, feeds it right back to Gordon, back to Thrain. Thrain with 1:05. Still that 4-point lead for the Foxes. Sorry, 3-point lead, apologize. Just under a minute, and Xander Saylor fouls. His second, team seventh, go to the line to shoot 1-on-1. Will be Gordon. 59.9 seconds here on the game clock. Shot is up, and no good. Xander Saylor with the rebound. Throws it ahead to Corbin Hickey. They got to make this count. Throws over to Watts. Watts back into Hickey. Goes up for two, and he's fouled. A hand in the back. And I believe that was Thrain. That'll be his fifth. Nope, number 20. That's on York. His second, team sixth. To the line to shoot two will be Corbin Hickey. 52.2 seconds left here in the ball game. As he dribbles. And here comes his shot. In and out goes the basketball. Come on, Hickey, get this one. It's a 2-point ball game. Let's go. Corbin Hickey heads back to the line, 52.2 seconds. Shots up. And no good. Rolled out. Grady with the basketball as he throws it over to Thrain. Thrain, yep, there's a foul, and it'll be 1-on-1. Fouls on Corbin Hickey, his second, team's eighth. And into the ball game comes Harrelson to replace Gordon for the Foxes. It's 1-1 at the line. Shooting 1-1 will be Thrain. 46.1 seconds on the game clock. Shots up, and it's good. Made the first end of a 1-1. He'll get a second shot. Thrain. Shot is up, and it's good. Johnson City inbounds the basketball. 43 seconds as AB crosses the timeline. AB looking. Finds Jordan Winiger. Winiger goes down in the paint. Shots up for two. Off the back of the rim. Throws it to Braden Watts. Watts with the long three ball. Off the glass, no good. Austin Brown goes back up, and there's a foul. I believe it'll be on Thrain. That one's on Thrain. That's his fifth. He's gone. 7 fouls. And Austin Brown will go to the line. Gordon comes back into the ball game, replacing Thrain. And it's shooting 1-1 for Austin Brown. 29.2 seconds left here in the ball game. Shots up, and it's good. Good job, Austin Brown. 40-44. And Hamilton County's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. It is Hamilton County 44, Johnson City 40. Just under 29 seconds to play.
There's never a convenient time for an illness or injury. That's why Express Care on Halfway Road is open, and you can walk right in. No appointment needed. From a sore throat or chest congestion to care for a sprain or strain, we're here for you. 7 a.m. tonight.
Three-point game. (44-40) is the score. The Foxes lead by 4. Austin Brown wiping his shoes before being handed the basketball by the referee. Here comes his second shot. Up, off the front of the rim, and it goes down to Gordon. Gordon, and there's a foul on Austin Brown. That's okay. It's his first. Team's 9th. Still shooting 1-1 at the other end. 26.4 seconds here in the ball game. Gordon going to the line to shoot 1-1. Shot is up and it misses. Goes in the hands of Braden Watts. Watts goes stolen by Grady as Grady goes all the way back up and he makes the layup. Wow. Grady Leakey scores the layup. Fouls on Braden Watts for the block. That's his second. Team's 10th. He'd be shooting 2 anyway. 19.6 seconds left here on the ball game. As Grady Leakey gets a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. He does. Inbounds to Austin Brown. Brown crosses the timeline as he throws it, swings it over to Weniger. Weniger goes to Corbin Hickey. Hickey back to Austin Brown. Long feed ball. No, in and out. Grady comes up with the rebound. And 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and there's a foul. It'll be on Austin Brown, but it is a little late. 2 seconds left on the clock as Grady will go to the line to shoot 2. Two seconds up on the clock as the Foxes currently lead by 7. Shot is up. It's good. Grady has not missed since the first quarter. He's 4 for 4 currently here in the fourth quarter alone. Grady with the basketball. Here's his second shot. It's in and out. Goes to Saylor. Saylor to Watts. Watts long ball, and it's off the backboard. Well, that's the final. Hamilton County 48, Johnson City 40. We'll be right back with a post game. You're listening to Monster.